Political caricature ba ng American era ang hanap mo? Ano pang hinihintay mo? Panood mo na to. Go! The first caricature is The New Birds of Prey, published by The Independent on January 17, 1920. The caricature Bird of Prey refers to the famous editorial Ave de Rapina, published by the nationalist weekly El de Nacimiento in 1908. The editorial accused Dean C. Worcester, an American colonial official, of exploiting the Philippines for personal gain. In 1920 version, the critic targeted the landlords or capitalists exploiting the World War II economic situation. Rising rents and food prices had pushed the working class into poverty, prompting tentative reforms by Governor Francis B. Harrison. Birds of prey symbolically refer to the landlords and officials who prey on the ordinary man. The Independent's editorial takes aim at economic injustices in the Philippines during the American colonial period. In a time when the world was recovering from the effects of the war, the Philippines saw a rise in living costs which aggravated social inequalities. By invoking the symbolism of birds of prey, the editorial critiques those in power, whether landlords or officials, for preying on the common people. This ties into broader nationalist sentiments of the era, where newspapers like The Independent wanted to expose the abuses of colonial rulers while advocating for the Filipino rights and sovereignty. This article likely continued the paper's tradition of attacking perceived injustice and colonial exploitation. The next caricature is titled While the Priest Lives Alone in a Big Building. This caricature is also published by The Independent on May 1, 1920. This article is an attack on the Roman Catholic Church land holdings and property, echoing anti-clerical sentiments in common Filipino nationalist discourse. The cartoon and accompanying editorial criticized the luxury in which priests lived, particularly focusing on the residence of a priest in Santa Cruz Parish. The issue of church property ownership was sensitive due to the Aglipayan's church nationalist struggles against the Roman Catholic Church, which had retained much property following the Philippine Revolution. The editorial implies that the church control over land is an obstacle to social equity and justice, especially in urban Manila where overcrowding was a major issue. Vicente Soto, the publisher of The Independent, never missed a chance to attack the Catholic Church. The editorial below this cartoon urged the government to confiscate the large priest residence attached to the Santa Cruz Parish Church. And lastly, Where the Mosquito is King, or also known Donde el Mosquito es Rey, which was published by the Free Press in April 16, 1921. This article addresses public health issues, especially the resurgence of mosquito and mosquito-borne diseases like malaria in the Philippines. The Philippines had made significant progress in disease control under American rule, but with the Philippinization of public health services, the Free Press sarcastically critiques the inefficiency of Filipino officials in maintaining these standards. The editorial reflects the frustration of the urban populace as mosquito returned to plague the city. This editorial uses irony to criticize the decline in public health standard as controls shifted from Americans to Filipino administrators. While the Americans are credited with bringing tropical diseases under control, the article suggests that these were quickly undone as symbolized by the return of the mosquito. The critic might also reflect wriggling colonial attitudes that question the capability of Filipinos to self-govern and manage public health. At the same time, it underscores the practical concerns of citizens who were directly affected by the mismanagement of urban infrastructure and services.